I thought that was a very hotly contested, high intensity game from start to finish. I thought our defense in the first half was sensational, and I thought Bensley Joseph's defense on Tyler Perry throughout the game was the whole key to our victory. Did a great job of controlling him because he's their catalyst. There's an expression that coaches use in basketball: don't let the best player beat you. And in Tyler Perry, they've got a great player who can beat you in many different ways, and Bensley Joseph prevented that. We got a tremendous contribution offensively from Nijel Pack. He was on fire in the first half and terrific in the second half. Wilga Poplar, who made the all-tournament team, he's rebounding. He's involving himself in the game in a lot of different ways. Norshad is just a tremendous player. Very concerned because Matt Cleveland picked up too early in the first half, but he came back and had a tremendous second half, including a follow-up on an offensive rebound basket that was a real huge momentum provider to us. So everybody played well. The guys off the bench did a great job as well.
We'll take questions now. As a reminder, please use the raise hand function. First question from Michelle Kaufman. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hey, Jim, congratulations. Could you talk about Norchad's performance down the stretch? You know, all the free throws he made a lot of key plays, especially in the final, several minutes of the game when they cut it down to single digits. Can you just talk about his poise at the end?
He's such a tremendous leader in so many different areas. His rebounding is legendary. But he's worked on his three. He's worked on his ball handling. His dribble drives have really improved. And so when he has a matchup like he did tonight, where we feel like he's got his teammates are spreading the floor and giving him room to attack. And he did a great job of attacking off the dribble. A lot of times you don't want to see your big guys handle the ball, but in his case, it's very valuable.
Next question from Wyatt Kopelman. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Coach, congratulations on the win. What did you see from your team's defense and guarding the perimeter today as Kansas State just made 4 of its 28 from deep today?
Yeah, our defense in the first half was sensational. We hold them to 28. In the second half, they scored 54, but most of it came on just dribble drives and post-ups and their ball screener rolling and catching it in the paint. And we're small. We're not a big team, and we got to keep good pressure on the three-point shooters. So, I thought our perimeter defense was excellent, and I thought our big guys did a good job, as well as you can expect inside, when the other team is 6'11", and outweighs us in almost every position. So I'm pretty pleased.
Next question from Luke Cheney. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, Coach. 28 points today from Nijel Pack. Most he's had in Miami uniform. You also hit 7 threes. Just talk about his performance and how important it was for him to, get going from beyond the arc.
Well, I think everybody knows that Nijel was probably extremely well motivated because he had been a player for the Kansas State Wildcats for 2 years. He transferred there to here, and I'm sure even though all those fans cheered for him for his 2 years there, I'm sure they miss him because he's such a terrific young man, a terrific player, a terrific leader. And so he was bound and determined that he was going to play a great game, and he sure did.
Next question from Tim Reynolds. Go ahead, Tim.
Tim, how do you use the next 9 days? Kind of unusual to have this kind of a gap. I know there's a holiday in there. What do you sort of foresee the schedule being, and how do you use it? Thanks.
Okay, well, a number of things. First, we'll take tomorrow off. We'll get back tonight, so that's good. It's only an hour flight. We'll take Monday off. We'll practice on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll take Thursday off because we'll go hard for 2 days and then take a day off. And then we'll take off Friday because we want to really rest and recover right now. We'll work on some team-oriented stuff, and we'll spend a lot of time preparing for Kentucky. That'll be, our next game on the road on Tuesday.
Couple more here. Next question from Chris Stock. Go ahead, Chris.
Coach, today, this weekend, but just everything. 5 games into it, what are you most pleased with what you've seen from your team thus far early on this season?
Well, I'm most pleased that we're 5-0. We won. The teams we played are good. So we've already beaten now 2 Big 12 teams. We've beaten a team from the SEC, and we beat FIU. Where is it? FIU from?
I think they're Conference USA.
Conference USA. So I feel like our non-conference schedule up to this point has been competitive, and I don't know how those teams will finish up their season, and we don't know how we will finish up in the ACC, but we've got a long ways to go. We still have, I think, 6 more games in the non-conference. So we've got to get ready for each and every one of them.
All right, last question from Luke Cheney. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey again, Coach. I wanted to ask about some of those bigger lineups that you ran with in the first half. I know, AJ Casey, Norchad Omir, they shared the court at some times. I think you also ran Omir and Nwoko for the first time this season. Just how much are you trying to establish yourself as a bigger team against some matchups? Just kind of talk a little bit about that.
A lot of that depends on the opponent and the way the game is officiated, the way we're playing, and how the guys off the bench are playing. Quite frankly, I thought Michael Nwako's ball screen defense was sensational. I think AJ Casey has come in off the bench in this tournament and really provided some really, really good minutes. So, fouls are always a problem. Norchad picks up 2. Well, we need someone to rest him. And Matthew Cleveland picked up 2 tonight. We're going with 4 fouls and Bensley with 4 fouls. We needed Christian Watson. And how about our boy Keyshawn George hitting a 3, getting a dunk, getting a traffic rebound. So we got a lot of help, and the bench is going to be vital to us.
Tim?
Nijel, the entire K-State roster has turned over since you've been there, different coaching staff, but I'm just curious if you did feel any extra motivation today. Thanks.
I mean, obviously with a championship, on the line, there's definitely a lot of motivation there, and playing against a great team like that, it's always, but, keep this another game. Obviously it was a lot of fun to play against them, and, really good test for us early. I feel like we were really prepared and came out early playing really hard, and that set us up really well down the stretch.
Next question from Michelle Kaufman. Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, well, I'm going to repeat the question a little bit, because are you saying that you weren't even a tiny bit, there wasn't anything special about playing against the school that you played against and with the fans? And, come on, you played 2 years at K-State. Did it mean a little more to you this game?
I mean, yeah, it was obviously a lot of fun seeing. It felt like a real game, honestly. And, they had a lot of energy. We knew how good of a team they were, and it was obviously a lot of fun. I mean, they gave us a run for our money, and they played really hard. And who doesn't love playing in fun games like that in the Bahamas? Again, to play against your old school. I mean, it was so much fun for me, and, obviously we all came out ready to play, and it was just a really good game for us.
Next question from Wyatt Kopelman. Go ahead, Wyatt.
Nijel, congratulations on the win. With Bensley dishing 7 assists in this game here tonight, how have you seen him grow as a distributor in the early goings of the season?
I mean, you can see it. Bensley's been able to do everything. His improvement, what I said early, Bensley improvement throughout the offseason, and I've seen him grow from spring to now. You've seen his ability to shoot the ball, being able to score. His defense ability has always been there. You guys seen that last year, and you're seeing it again now. And his ability to dish the ball. I mean, obviously he's playing really, really well right now, playing at a high level. And that's what we need out of him. And everybody stepped up into their role, playing really well. And I feel like that's why we're being so successful right now.
2 more. First from Chris Talk. Let's go ahead, Chris.
Nijel, was there anything technical-wise that you'd been working on from three-point shooting that you felt like today would be a little bit better, or that you noticed early on because you weren't shooting it as well? And then also, if you could comment on your final three-point shot you made.
Yeah, just shooting the ball with confidence. That's what it all comes down to. I've, worked out with great shooters throughout the history, and there's nothing, physically that you can do. It's more of, mentally, mentally seeing the ball go through, mentally shooting the ball with confidence, and, working out with Jack McClinton, who's the all-time leading three-point shooter in Miami history. He gave me some pointers like that, just getting up shots and, seeing it go through the net, and, getting that rhythm early. And once I got the rhythm, I just felt like everything was going in after that.
Last question from Luke Cheney. Go ahead, Luke.
Hey, Nijel, your team has averaged 89 points per game so far this season. Just what do you attribute this early offensive success to?
Yeah, just, how much great talent we have. And I said it early, we got so many guys on this team that stepped up in that scoring. And, people were looking, where are we going to make up the scoring? And I feel like we have so much firepower, even, outside of our starters. We know everybody know our starters can, play, but even off the bench, we had guys that, contributed to big minutes, and those are what's helping us, get over that hump. When we need them, everybody's, playing into their roles. You can see that, pretty much every night we have a different leading scorer, and that's what it's going to come down to. Richie makes it hard, scout this team when you got so many, offensive weapons on the floor at one time.
So, all right, first of all, just very thankful to coach these young men and to be here at K-State with the best fans in the country. I don't know if television did it justice, but our fans were unbelievable, and I'm so thankful for them. I didn't do a very good job. I did a terrible job in the first half in putting a game plan together, and it didn't give us a chance to win in the first half. Thankful for my staff, because we were able to make adjustments at halftime. And then the second half, we saw the Cats. We were more aggressive getting to the paint. We owned the offensive glass, and it gave us a chance to win the game. But because of the game plan that I put together in the first half, it didn't give us a chance to win the game. So that first half is bad on me. I take all the blame for that. The second half, those are the Cats, and we're going to grow from here. And just very, very thankful for the toughness, character, and togetherness, grittiness of our young men.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start with questions. First question to Kellis Robinette.
Sorry, I was muted there for a second too. Jerome, did you notice any difference out of Nijel Pack? I know you didn't coach him, but did he look any different from the player you saw a couple years ago with the Wildcats?
Oh yeah, he's grown some. Taller, shoulders wider, filled out. They've done a great job there with him, strength and conditioning wise. And he was always a really good player. And he looked every bit of 6'1", and just he was terrific in the first half. Like he was really, really good. And I thought we did a better job on him in the second half, but first half he was pretty special.
And this is a couple of games when you guys have been down this season, no quit, to keep fighting back. What do you like about you guys in that regard?
Yeah, we got a tough together group that's learning and growing every day, and they got no quit in them. They're high character guys, and they can make adjustments on the fly, and so I'm thankful for the opportunity to coach them, and I'm gonna do a better job of putting them in better position so that we don't get down so big in the first half.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question to Tim Everson.
Coach, Kim exploded in the second half. He had 28 points. I think it's another career high for him. Is he just slowly just kind of showing what that potential could be as the season goes on?
Yeah, no, Cam, his hard work is paying off, and I loved his aggressiveness in the second half. I thought in the first half he allowed his offense to affect his defense, and in the second half he gave us a more complete game, and the team did a good job of setting screens for him and getting them open and putting them in position, and he went out there and got it done. So I was very, very proud of our guys and Cam.
And then kind of what's the biggest regret that you have from the original game plan as far as kind of we should have denied Pack the ball the whole time, the whole game, and never let him get going, like we did in the second half. And the problem is you do that in the first half, they might make an adjustment in the second half, and so that's why you make those kind of adjustments at halftime. But as good of a player as he was, it was just a bad decision on my part. And then as far as just this whole trip, how beneficial do you think that this has been for your guys to kind of play these two caliber of opponents in Providence and Miami?
This was huge for us. We found out against Providence that Day can play in a high major game, 36 minutes. And then tonight, today in this game, we found out Buddy Rich, can play in this type. And so what we need is that type of consistent effort to show at practice, so they show what they can do. Let's not, I don't believe in gamers. I believe in, every day, every play guys. And that's what we want to develop here and what our program's going to stand on. And so, yeah, we've seen growth like from multiple guys, man. And you have to go through these fires. Champions get punched too.
right? And the things, can you take a punch and keep moving forward? And I thought we took some punches, and people, I mean, you'd expect a team down 20 to get knocked out, but we didn't, and we kept fighting, and so that's the character of our team. I'm very, very, very proud of them in the second half.
Thanks, Coach. Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Next question to Kevin Felder.
Coach, you guys start off 0 for 11 from 3. What was sort of the biggest reasons to why you guys start off so slow from beyond the arc?
Well, in the first half, we took 15. Half of our shots were threes, and they weren't paint touch threes, right? They want you to shoot the ball fast, and they gave us the open look and semi-contested stuff. Some of them were pretty good looks, but we played right into their hands with the pace of the game and didn't make them guard long enough in the first half. And I take full responsibility for that, right? And in the second half, when we made the ball go side to side and made them guard and got paint touches and got the defense shrunk, then we started making some shots.
And then Arthur Kaluma, impressed at points today. Sort of how do you think he's grown since he's gotten here? And then today, what do you think he did well?
Well, at halftime, our 3, 4s, and 5s had 0 offensive rebounds, and we ended up with 9 for the game. And so we challenged them, and Art had 5 of those. And his willingness to go make the gritty, tough plays, that's something that I think is going to help him and us moving forward. Art's a really good player, man, and when he's locked in on both ends of the floor, he could be an all-conference guy for us, and so that's what he's shown glimpses of it, and I just we're going to see that consistency grow in him because he wants to win, and you love that about him.
Thank you, Coach.
Next question to Christopher Stock.
Hey, Coach, I was curious if you could explain maybe what makes Miami a tough team to go up against, to guard in particular.
They put 5 guys out there that can dribble, pass, shoot, and shoot it really well. And so you have to guard all 5 guys. And they're a veteran team, so they understand their role. And, and they're very unselfish. Like they're a really good passing team. And especially on the catch, they catch and they make the next play very, very quickly, and the ball travels faster in the air than it does on dribbles. And our goal was to pause them and to make them have to be dribblers, and we weren't able to do that in the first half. And so they're that veteran group, they know what they're doing. They don't get rattled. There's a reason why. They were down 13 to Texas in the NCAA tournament last year, and just stayed together. And when you have that championship pedigree, getting to the Final Four and stuff, it just carries over. You've been in those moments before, and so just a really good team.
Any other questions for Coach? Okay, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
No, real quick. Sorry. Quick. Very sorry. I just wanted to check on, will Day be available when you guys are back on Wednesday?
Yes, yeah. Day, NCAA rule, referees deem it a fight. You have to miss 1 game, and he was missed, but it's going to be a great learning experience for him and for us. And let me just tell you, with that situation, this is the worst thing this kid ever does in his life. He's going to live a terrific life, man. And he's an unbelievable kid, and it was out of character. But I'm thankful that I get the opportunity to help him learn through this, to love him through these consequences. And he's going to come out on the other side and be just even better than he was before.